Welcome back to the FFL Dynasty podcast thingy. Of course, I am back here with Mio. Mio, say what's up.
What's going on, everyone? Real barn burner of a draft.
Yeah, we have a real treat today talking about this draft. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never felt like this because normally, like, post draft talk is like so fun. But this is the first year where I was just kind of like, do we even do this episode? Like, do we even talk about this draft at all? Is it even important? But I feel like, okay, well, first of all, let me ask you that. So just going into this draft, were you thinking like, I agree with all the takes that this draft sucks? Or were you kind of like, I bet you there's going to be some stuff in this draft that turns out to be actually good? Like where were you leaning in the pre-draft, like leading up to this?
I mean, there's always there's always guys that are good, but I felt like the pickings were a lot slimmer this year.
Yeah. Yeah,
The first I mean, I guess we'll get into but there's just like 7, 8 guys, depending on where that I was like, okay, like I'm pretty confident about these guys.
Yeah.
Whereas normally you start getting there in like the middle of the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to
Derek
it's
less.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's less that the back end guys are bad, and more like you get to the back end guys a lot faster.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it felt like this year we had I think I was trying to compare it to like previous classes, and I was like, I think there's probably like 5 guys, maybe 6 that like would have been first round picks probably in any of the previous like 5 classes. Like if you swap them out for other guys. But like a good half of this first round definitely wouldn't have been. Like we had that draft where like Brock Bowers and Bo Nix were like the 112 and 201. Like there's no way that like half of this class would have been in the first round of that class.
Oh yeah, like they'd be like 105 this class.
Yeah. Oh, Brock Bowers? Yeah, for sure. He'd be easily at least 108, like up there. And so would have Bo Nix, and yeah, I mean it's insane. But yeah,
like someone like Antonio Williams, like went 112. I feel like in a normal draft he's going like 206 to 212.
Yeah, you're right. It felt like this year we had like half of a first only there. Spoiler alert: Jeremiah Love went 101, obviously, and he's probably the only guy from this class that I would consider like blue chip, like in the traditional sense, where it's like your Bijan, your Genti, your like one of the very obvious guys, right? He's probably the only guy that I'd even consider like blue chip, which is so crazy to say in a whole draft class, but I think that next year should be a lot different. But anyway, so let's get in. Let's do our review of the draft because we're already talking about him. Let's talk about Jeremiah Love. Mio, you wanted to tell me some of the offers you made for Jeremiah Love.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you all right. I had 2 separate offers out. The first one was just how many offers did you just send one offer?
I sent probably like 10. I think I was all over him, dude. Kyle's phone was blowing up from everybody, I think. So yeah, tell me.
Well, my first offer was just Justin Jefferson straight up.
Oh yeah, so okay. First of all, hold on. We have to stop for a second. So you weren't at the draft this year, but I was
sick.
Yeah, you were sick. That's okay. But we were getting into it, and Kyle told us that at the table, and I'm pretty sure like half of our jaws just dropped instantly when we heard that Jefferson was getting shopped around for Love. Like I get it. But just like the name Justin Jefferson coming up at the table like that was crazy. But anyway, so go on, yeah.
Oh man, that was at the moment that like half the league realized, oh, he's not trading him.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, because Derek was trying to get him, and Anderson was trying to get him too, and I asked Kyle just straight up. I was like, "Has anyone been close?" And he's like, "Well, I had an offer with Justin Jefferson." And we were like, "What? What do you mean you had an offer with Justin Jefferson?" But yeah, that was a pretty wild moment. So yeah, I'm trying to pull up my offers to Kyle now too.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah,
I'm proud of the fact that I was the only one that got close, though.
yeah. No, I think you were the only one that got like actually close.
The other offer I sent was Rashee Rice pre him failing a drug test he knew about months ahead of time.
Yeah, that was
and David Montgomery, just like, okay, do you actually want a running back? Like, that was the thought process, but
right. All right, so I'm counting mine. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had four offers.
Everyone put into the league chat what your offers were, just for fun.
I'm honestly like, since we're talking about Kyle anyway, I'm proud of Kyle for staying strong. Like, it's the temptation had to be like it had to be Garden of Eden levels of temptation going around everywhere because he was just getting sent everything. So all right, I think the best offer I sent him was just Devon Achane straight up. I offered him Devon Achane for Love, the proven commodity versus the unproven commodity, right? But even looking back on that, I'm like, I would go either way with that, but the temptation was strong. I offered him, and I get why he wouldn't have taken these.
I guess it sort of depends on, like, where does he see himself? Like, does he see himself as, I need a guy for the next 10 years?
Right.
Or does he see himself as, oh, I'm trying to compete soon?
Yeah. Right, that makes sense.
Because, like, if he sees himself as, okay, it's going to be a year or two, like, of course you take Love. You take Love over everything, because Love is going to be there in 3 years, and we'll still, like, Love's prime will be starting in 3 years still. Like,
right. One of my favorite bits right now is just texting Kyle every time there's, like, Love drama right now. like Love returning punts. Like, oh, better get out. Stupid. But yeah, I offered him Lab McConkey and RJ Harvey for the 101, which I get why he wouldn't have taken that. I think that was before Dobbins had signed back or they drafted Jonah Coleman. So this was before any of that. And then I offered him a crazy package of like a first round pick, 2 seconds, and a third, but these are all future picks for the 101. So he would have gotten like basically a draft class plus for just the 101, which I get again why he wouldn't have taken that. But I was trying my best. All right, I wanted to get out of the action, and we tried. But yeah, I mean, any thoughts on Jeremiah Love specifically, like the Arizona landing spot, or where do you think like he slots in year one?
I think he'll be solid. The thing with Love is that he's very good at pass catching. Like, he's a pass catcher, and then like Algier and Connor are both early down guys. And like you get your value on third down and being on the field on third down as a running back, and he's going to be doing that. And I don't think Arizona's going to be very good, so they're probably going to be throwing a lot.
Yeah.
If he's a pass catcher.
I
do sort of wonder whether Brissett or Carson Beck would be better for him.
Yeah.
Because Brissett will like attack more, I think.
Yeah, Brissett was going downfield to Michael Wilson a lot, or hitting Trey McBride. Yeah.
That sounds like, and the reporting today was that Cardinals and Brissett aren't close. So, and maybe they will give it to Carson Beck.
Yeah,
we can talk about Carson Beck later.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about Carson Beck later. I think that organization is just a train wreck. It's like, it's so bad, but they do have like if they got an actual great quarterback in the door, like the weapons are crazy. You got Marv, you got Love, you got McBride, you still have Algier, you're gonna have Michael Wilson. Yeah, I mean they're like loaded. If they got an actual QB.
And so now, they're like, the skill guys are good.
Yeah, that defense is bad. Although that's good for the weapons.
Yeah, that's good for us.
Exactly. Good for fantasy guys, for sure.
We want to see that.
No, I think Love's
I think
floor.
he'll be better. I think he'll be better than Genty was in year one.
That's what I was thinking. Like his floor is Genty's last like 2025 season, which is like he'll be like
Yeah.
RB 13, inefficient because the O line sucks or something like that. But he'll have so much volume
Because
that
he's
you just
the
won't care.
only guy there.
Yeah, right. But no, good for you, Kyle. You got Jeremiah Love. You held out. You do not have Justin Jefferson though. That's pretty crazy. But yeah. Um. All right. So then
Oh
Anderson.
man, I wish I would have showed up just to like have everyone look at Kyle, then just like look at me, and I was struggling. You're like, oh yeah, I offered him Justin Jefferson.
Was it was just straight up.
Yeah,
Okay. So
unfortunately.
man, that's crazy. I mean, I get it because what is Jefferson 26, 27 now? Something like that.
He's something like that. He's
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a window thing in Kyle's mind. Like we're not going to compete this
I
year
mean,
anyway.
maybe he just doesn't like Kyler.
Yeah. Maybe he is a short little dude.
Maybe he doesn't believe in 9.
So we got Mendoza at 102 to Kyle Anderson.
This was a bit surprising to me.
Was it? Okay. Tell me why.
I just number one, Anderson's already loaded at QB.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, Mendoza. I don't know. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't really super sold on Mendoza.
I'm not either. I think he's gonna be a really. I think he'll be a much better NFL quarterback than fantasy quarterback too.
Yeah, that's
like
fair. That's
like
fair.
you got probably very little rushing upside, and he's probably like for Mendoza to be amazing, he has to be like Joe Burrow, and I just don't think
Yeah,
he's Joe Burrow.
yeah.
So
I mean, we always talk about it. Like the guys who don't run, like if they throw 40 touchdowns, they're
yeah,
awesome. If they throw 20 touchdowns,
right, they're
they're
replaceable.
terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's not really much of a difference. Like
Yeah.
they sort of oscillate year to year.
Mm-hmm. I do think so. Like Anderson, and we talked about this at the draft party. Anderson has always been like a BPA guy. Like he's always been like I'm just gonna
Hmm.
take whoever's on the board. He is definitely loaded at QB, but he also had the next pick anyway. So I don't think he was too worried about that. But yeah,
I mean, I'd rather have. If I was in a situation, I'd rather have 2 of these receivers.
yeah,
But
I was thinking like, is he gonna view, say Tyson better than Mendoza? But no, I mean I remember there was a year where he had, was it
I
Jaden
remember
Daniels
one
and
year he
someone else,
took.
and he took a QB early when he had all the QBs already, and ever since then I've been like, oh yeah, he's probably going to prioritize just continuing to take
You say
QBs.
that. You say that, but last year I'm pretty sure he took Tet over Cam Ward.
That's true. That's true. I think he did. Yeah. Yeah. Tet was
I
viewed
mean,
as like the clear 2 last year.
I mean, he was the clear 2 last year.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Mendoza's gonna be fine. I think his ceiling is probably like he'll probably have
I
a
just
top 10 season from having
I
38 touchdowns or something. But yeah.
I just don't think he's ever going to be a difference maker in fantasy, the way that like a Tate or a
Right.
Lemon or a Tyson one have the
Yeah.
potential to be.
So speaking of
So like,
Tate,
from that perspective,
yeah, Tate went 103 to Anderson. Were you surprised to see Tate be the first receiver on our draft?
uh, I mean, he was neck and neck with the other guys. It
Right.
seemed like the consensus was because Tate went first, and then obviously Tennessee is sort of a bit of a wide open receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it's easy to see him walk in and immediately get like a 20% target share or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So like going into like after Tate was taken, I was like, oh, he's probably going to command like a lot of targets in year one. And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, did they get Wandale? Who I know it's Wandale, but he has had like 140 targets like back to back seasons. And then you still have Calvin Ridley.
Who's their OC? Who's their OC?
Isn't it
Because they got Salah, but I don't remember who their OC is.
I have to Google it. I was gonna say I thought they got.
Oh, Debole.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Dable. Why did I
Right.
say Debole?
Yeah, Brian Dable. Yeah, they just got him. So I don't know. I feel like I personally wasn't sold on like the tape and the analytics of Carnell Tate in the pre-draft, so that kind of taints my opinion of him a little bit. But yeah, I mean, he went like what, fourth overall in the NFL draft, so the draft capital is like insane. So they're gonna throw him the freaking ball a lot. So yeah, I think he'll probably
get
be
the
fine.
Opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. It's just whether or not he's. I just have a hard time believing in him as like the guy for a team, because he wasn't the guy at OSU ever. But he's also playing with like the deity Jeremiah Smith, so
that's sort of. I mean, was Egbuka ever the guy at OSU?
No, and that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, Egbuka's going to be the guy this year for
I feel like with like 99.9% of schools you could say that, but Ohio State you can't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's fair. So we'll see if Tate's super good or not. I personally wasn't a Tate guy. Like in my head, I would have went Tyson or Lemon, and then I probably would have been struggling between Casey and Tate. That's just how I had them ranked. But like everyone had a different order for these guys, so it's like it's understandable.
Oh yeah, like I had Tate as the second best receiver.
Okay, yeah.
In class,
I was a Lemon truther, but everyone already knows that, and I'm still freaking absolutely pissed, dude, about how he went to the freaking Eagles after all that. That makes me so sad.
Man.
So this is where things get spicy. Were you surprised seeing this when you were?
Yes, I was extremely surprised
at home. Like when you saw this, everyone was surprised, dude. We're all sitting around the computers, and I don't know if you remember, but like timing wise, there was like this was the first draft in forever where we had like basically no draft day trades. There was like one, I think. But
there were a couple.
Yeah, but anyway, so people like flew through these picks, and so when I saw Conception pop up, I had already seen the Lemon went right after, and then Praise went right after. It was like a blur, very fast. I didn't get to like react to it, but yeah, I guess so. You were surprised to see Casey go at 4 as well to LaMarvelous.
Yeah, I thought he was probably. I don't know. I just don't trust the Browns at all.
I know. The Browns land so. Casey Conception was like my. Even before
I see the vision with him.
Yeah,
I can see the vision with him, but no, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Cleveland. They're a freaking mess, dude. I mean, always.
And like we always say, talent over situation, but I feel like situation is a very good tiebreaker in situations like that.
Yeah.
In situations like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if LaMarvelous believes in him, if you believe in your guy, especially in this draft, go get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This is kind of fun.
I don't believe in him, but prove me wrong.
This was you'll like this, Mio. So I was thinking in my head, you know how we talk about like, well, the only way I undo trades is for like collusion, right? Well, this was the first moment where I was like, I'm gonna have to undo this draft pick because of collusion, because I know for a fact that Casey Conception is like Derek's man crush. And I was just thinking in my head, I was like, I bet you. So one of two things happened, and LaMarvelous, you can, when you watch this, you can let me know if I'm wrong. One of two things happened. Either Derek convinced LaMarvelous that he is in love with Casey Conception, and LaMarvelous just kind of fell in love with him too. Or the other side of this, which is this is bait. Like he drafted Casey Conception to eventually trade to Derek for some future pick, or you know what I mean? Like he tried to get Derek's guy as bait in a trade later, which of course will end up. I always make the joke that everyone on LaMarvelous's team will eventually be on Derek's team if they're good. So yeah, that I think that's a lot of where this came from.
That's pretty funny.
I know. So it's a collusion draft pick. So yeah, yeah. So that's. But no, my thoughts are I really like Casey Conception. I think he's going to be pretty good in the NFL for a long time. I kind of the short term I'm super worried about because I don't like any of their QBs right now, and I also don't love that they still have Judy, who I know is not that great and whatever, but he commands a lot of targets. Fannon's going to get a lot of targets. Yep. And then you also just took Denzel Boston as well, so like it's already kind of crowded. It's just I don't know. I don't like it. And they want to run the ball and they want to be a defensive minded team. You have the opposite problem we were talking about with Love, where Cleveland's defense is actually very good, and so yeah, it's just I don't know. It's going to be a mess, but. And then 105. Here goes the guy that I wanted my Dolphins to draft. This was my prayer, and it did not happen. And then Howie wins again, of course, and gets. Can
you believe? Can you believe the Steelers called him ahead of time?
That is crazy. I can't believe that happened. It's actually unbelievable to me. But yeah, that's Logan's dude now. So he's moved on from Kyle Williams to Mekhi Lemon. I remember he would still message me every now and then about how Kyle Williams is going to be the next Puka Nacua for some reason, and that didn't happen. So.
Well, whenever you're in his position with the team he inherited, like it's the small victories. You just gotta hope your third round pick fall in love with them.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pray, because what else can you do, right? I mean, what else can you do? Yeah, but he. I think I really really like Mekhi Lemon. What's your take? Do you think the AJ Brown thing is for sure going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, yeah.
That's what I think too. So.
I was in denial until they drafted Lemon, but after they drafted Lemon, I was like, okay.
The Lemon draft pick was like the nail in the coffin to me too. I think it's like 90% chance it happens now. I don't know. What do you think for?
Be pretty sick if it didn't, though.
Yeah, right. I mean, it'd be nasty out there. Do you think Lemon year one is gonna see like? You think he'll see like 100+ targets?
I don't know. The thing with the Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the middle thing is that it actually kind of is true.
It is kind of true. Yes,
and that worries me a lot. That said, apparently, Mannion wants to be more of a throwing team, and
yeah, there's a lot of talks of
I'm optimistic.
We're gonna be
I'm optimistic.
Shanahan system now, and stuff. Yeah,
I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about Lemon. I don't know if he's gonna be a fantasy difference maker for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. There is a world.
He definitely seems like someone who he's gonna be better year 2, year 3 is when you're gonna figure it out. But as a rookie, I wouldn't be. If you're in a position where you're relying on him as a rookie, that's a scary place to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there is a world where like Devonta Smith doesn't get a huge increase in targets from his role.
I don't think that's true.
You think he will?
I am so high on Devontae next year.
Okay, all right.
So high on Devontae.
That's going to be the big decider, I think, is whether he becomes like the super alpha guy.
I think he's always been capable of it.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
We're just gonna see it next year.
I hope so. But I would like to see it. But yeah, that's the thing is does the underneath Lemon stuff happen more, or does the Devonta stuff happen more? I could see it going either way. I'm really excited to watch how he fits into that.
I will also say that like Jalen Hurts is very much I'm not going to throw you the ball unless I trust you sort of a guy, and he already trusts Devontae.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
And like we'll see if he comes to trust Lemon. He probably will, but
yeah. And the Eagles have another guy we got to talk about in a few minutes too.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
That'll be fun, yeah. So 106, Jay Swan's. I think this is Jay Swan's first ever draft pick in our league, right?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yes.
Yeah. So he got Jadarian Price, which were you as shocked as me when he went in the first round of the draft in real life?
I went to bed before then because I had to get up early for work the next day. I remember seeing your comment about like, "Hey, I had a dream that Ty Simpson and Jadarian Price went the first round." I was like, "What's he talking about?"
That's hilarious. It's crazy because those were the most like. So this is just a total side note. I had to replan my draft plans because I got invited to like a top producers real estate thing in Atlantic City, and we went to it, and it was really fun. But part of it was the same night as the first round of the draft, so I'm literally in the club with like the most like blaring Drake music ever in my ear. And I'm like the one dude with like my phone off to the side of my head, like watching the draft and stuff. And everyone else like having a good time, like catching up, networking, like free drinks on the house, all this stuff. And then there's me like watching the draft on my phone because I'm a degenerate. So anyway, so I
That's
stayed for.
funny, actually.
Yeah, I stayed for.
I'm a bit surprised that there wasn't like that you guys didn't have a like corner. You couldn't have been the only guy there that was.
No, I think there was other people doing that, but then the casinos, like the resort we were in, had this place called like the Fabletics sports bar casino thing. It was in the middle of like the casino. It was really cool, and there's these huge TVs. And so I'm walking from the event back past that place to the hotel. I stop for a second, and that's when the Ty Simpson pick happens. And the whole room like audibly gasped. they were like, oh, what? Like it was like everyone was like so confused for a second with the Ty Simpson pick. That was like the most jarring one. And then I get back to my hotel room and I'm like texting everybody. I'm like, what the heck is happening? And then another hour goes by, and then I'm like laying in bed with my phone like covering my face, and that's when the Jadarian Price pick happens, and then I audibly gasp like with my kids in the room. Like I couldn't believe it, dude. There were so many crazy things that happened. But I mean, like, dude, the Jadarian Price is like, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, he never got he like never got much workload like in college at all. It's so crazy to go first round with that level of work that you got in college. I get it. I mean, you're with like the stud of all studs in this draft class, but man, it's wild. But I mean, when you're taken in the first round of the NFL draft, you kind of just got to roll with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I will say the Seahawks do have a history of high draft picks on running backs.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. The other weird thing is
not necessarily giving them the workload you might expect.
Yeah.
But
I get every time this happens now, I get a little part of me is like I have PTSD now from these guys that with like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like we were all like, oh well, he got the draft capital, I guess we have to be in now, right? And then that ended up being like, well, maybe his talent was kind of bad, at the end of the day. And then I feel like the same thing like sort of kind of just happened with RJ Harvey too, when like he went earlier than we all expected, and we're like, I guess we got to be in, like the Broncos are committed to him. And so I get those feelings a little bit with Jadarian Price, but I hope I'm wrong. Like I hope we have a good running back for fantasy here, because we didn't get very many. So
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the flip side of that is how many difference makers do you run into that aren't drafted in the first round or the early second?
Right. True. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see how good he really is, but the Seahawks must have seen enough to commit. So I mean, I definitely think like he's
it does make you
get the ball a lot.
Does make you wonder how serious the Charbonnet injury is.
Yeah, I think was it his knee? What was it again? I don't remember, but
I'm pretty sure it was ACL.
Yeah, I think he's cooked for a while.
And it was end of the season. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be a while. I don't even know if he comes back this year at all. I wouldn't be surprised. So, I think Price is gonna get the ball a lot. And then who's their backup? Is it the Halani guy? Is that who it is?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's right. I could be making that up, but yeah, Halani Truther stand up. So here's the.
I'm not standing up.
here's the part that I thought was funny is like if you switch Lamar Villas's 2 picks around, like the 104 and the 107.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, this is such a normal draft, right? like there's nothing, but like the fact that he got the biggest probably the biggest reach of the first round, which was Casey at 104. But then he also had the biggest faller, which was Tyson at 107. So it kind of like worked out just fine in totality. But yeah, I think Tyson
kind
was
of
probably
funny.
the biggest steal here for sure.
Yeah, I'd say that too. It is kind of funny, like what you said about like how the picks just started coming in like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, right.
And so like we go there, and then like Price gets picked, and I'm just sitting. And you're like, oh my gosh, like Tyson's falling. I should make an offer for Tyson. But before I can like actually like
yeah, it was
pull
instantaneous.
something together, he goes. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I just noticed it too. Is all of those picks were guys that weren't at the draft, so they're probably just waiting because LaMarvelous wasn't there, Logan wasn't there, and Jay Swan weren't there, so they were probably all like ready and queued up. But yeah, that whole run right there, like I was thinking like the same thing. I was like 107 for Tyson is pretty crazy in this class because that in my head is like exactly where the first round actually ends is 107 this year.
Yeah.
I really liked like Tyson was like my analytics guy. Like if you ever go back and look at his, I think it was true freshman year. He was like almost 1,010 or something like that, and then that's when like the injuries happened and stuff for him. And he's really like his college career should have been pretty crazy if he wouldn't have got hurt. But I do worry a little bit about just Olave. Like Olave demands a lot of targets, but
I'm not worried about Olave. I think that I have enough faith in Kellen Moore and in Chuck that
Kellen Moore does make me feel very hopeful for that.
But like in 2026, like you can have two wide receivers on the same team who are both difference makers.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely can. Yeah.
So I'm not worried about Tyson at all. If anything, I think Olave helps because they can't lock in on Tyson.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no,
it's sort
right.
of like
he's probably going to be pretty good there.
Like what you want in fantasy, in my experience, is you basically want like a team that has the whole band, but like your guy is like the lead, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
Like it's a good enough offensive environment that like a lot of people eat, but you guys the main eater. Like that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati is probably like the best example where like you got Chase Brown and you have T. Higgins and they're both very good, but the main guy's Chase.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you had like gun to your head, you have to pick which one of those four guys has the best rookie year. Who do you think it would be?
Tyson.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you.
What was I gonna say? But like, if he ends up as T. Higgins to Chris Olave's Jamar Chase, I think everyone would take that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. If you get T. Higgins numbers out of Tyson, you'd be pretty happy.
If his career just matches T, production wise, you're over the moon.
Yeah. No, for sure. He got crazy draft capital too. I think it was like the 7th pick, right? So yeah, that's he's gonna be.
It'd have been.
He's really good.
I think it was top 10, but
yeah. Does this make you a Tyler Shuck believer in 2026?
I believe he can sling it. I don't know if he like. Actually, you know what? What we're in. I'm a Shuck boy.
You getting shucked tonight? Have you heard that song? We're getting shucked tonight. Who's getting shucked tonight? That crap is crazy.
Yeah,
I love that.
Oh, that's messed up.
It's so stupid, but it's so good. So here's where is this kind of where the drop off happens in your head too? At 108?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see the case for Tyson. We'll talk about him when we get there, but I can see the case for him.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so Jay Swan gets 108. He took a running back already, which he desperately needed. I was looking at his team. I think he only had James Cook, right?
And I traded him James Cook.
Yeah, he had like no running backs. So to go from no running backs to because he traded Egbuka for James Cook, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 1 for 1.
So now he's got James Cook and Jadarian Price. That's a lot better. And now he goes and gets another receiver and gets Omar Cooper. What are your Omar Cooper thoughts?
It's sort of similar to the Concepcion thoughts, where I think don't really trust the Jets.
Yeah.
Except for it's kind of worse because Garrett Wilson is already better,
Mm-hmm.
and will be better.
Yeah, I was not an Omar Cooper believer very much.
I don't know.
The Jets are the Jets. I mean, good luck with Geno, I guess. It should be better than last year, maybe.
I mean, he's pretty clearly worse than the top four.
Yeah.
And it's hard to trust the Jets until you see it.
Yeah, and they
I also
too.
4 years ago I thought that about the Lions. Like, you can't trust the Lions until you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up exploding.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm not a. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of out on Omar Cooper in my head right now. I don't see it. Like, I didn't the film was a lot of like more gadgety athlete stuff, like screens and whatever, or go routes. I don't know. It could work. I guess I'm just not a believer.
It's sort of with the Indiana guys is that you don't really feel like they won with overwhelming talent.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really feel like they won by just like outclassing the other guys. You feel like they won by, I don't know, like craftiness or whatever, and like that's probably not true, but
right.
It feels like that.
But yeah, so I'm kind of, and by the way, it's not a anti, like, I don't think 108 Omar Cooper is a bad pick. I just think it's like this is where the drop off was, where I start to have questionable feelings about everyone on the board now.
Yeah, like Omar Cooper, I think last year probably goes in like the Luther Burden, like the early second.
Like mid-second, early second. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so it just feels bad to spend a first round pick on this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to spend. That's kind of why, like, this was the first.
But at the same time, like, he's the 8th best player in the class, probably. Like.
yeah, exactly. Eight best player in the class was like 7 players in it. But yeah, this was the most. I think this is one of the most spicy spots. So Darren gets Ty Simpson at 109. You had some Ty Simpson thoughts, so go ahead.
I mean, if Sean McVay stays, I am extremely interested in any Sean McVay quarterback. Just because I think he knows how to just like manufacture production out of nowhere. Yep. It's sort of the same way that Shanahan does with Brock Purdy, who like,
Yeah, I was.
And so, like, if you can guarantee me that, like, oh yeah, he's going to be spending 7 years as the Rams quarterback for a brilliant offensive head coach, like, yeah, I'll sign up for that. But there's just so many, like, oh, will McVay walk away sort of things going on.
Yeah, he was.
And, like, I don't really know how much I believe in Ty Simpson.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was not sold on his talent, like, at all. In the draft process, but then once he goes that high in the draft to the Rams, I was like, man, I kind of feel like I want to be in now, because just like you said, like if McVay stays, if McVay hangs it up, then I'm out. Like I don't see it, but he's gonna learn from MVP Stafford and get to play with Puka Nacua and be with McVay and stuff. I mean, you can't think of a better way to make a guy like Ty Simpson succeed, right? So I'm surprised that they felt that strongly about him to take him that high, but they must have. So yeah, we will see how.
I guess the flip side of that is that what we just described is like that's how you talked yourself into JJ McCarthy. Is that he's gonna be with Kevin McConnell, he's gonna have Justin Jefferson,
right?
And then it's great until he sees the field.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, he was missing the Matthew Stafford part. Maybe that would have helped him, but yeah.
And so like there's a world where this turns out fantastic, and there's a world where this is a disaster.
Right. Uh huh. Yeah, and more often than
but
not,
but
the
this
QBs
but
are
I will say
disasters.
this.
So.
I will say this also though. I feel like next year you probably will be able to sell Ty Simpson for like a late first.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like his value is just gonna hold
Yeah.
in a
Yep.
way that no one else's will. Everyone else either is going to be going up or going down, and Ty Simpson is just like he's sat on the bench behind Matthew Stafford, which everyone expected.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, his value should hold for a while. It kind of get like the Jordan Love treatment where we don't know when it'll be. And Stafford just signed another deal, so he's probably there for 2 years, maybe one. We'll see. But yeah, it'd be very interesting. What did you think about Darren taking him when he has one?
Well,
I
he
mean, he
needs a
has
quarterback.
yeah,
It's a strange thing to say about someone who has that many quarterbacks, but he needed a quarterback.
he has like 8 quarterbacks, just none of them play football. But yeah, yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
none of them start for a football team.
Yeah, that's kind of the important part. But yes,
At least Ty Simpson, like you can squint and see a path.
right. Yeah, that I mean, if now, who knows what will happen? But if for some reason, like if Stafford breaks his back or something, like this could turn into Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, like very fast. You never
That's
know,
true.
but
That's true.
yeah, unlikely. But Stafford did have to get an epidural like a year ago, so there's that. But we can.
They had him in. They had him in. Like I remember picking up Jimmy Garoppolo in the preseason because there were serious rumors that like, oh man, I don't know if Stafford's gonna be ready for week
Yeah.
one,
Uh-huh.
and then he wins MVP,
Yeah, Stafford was
deservedly.
nuts. Right. Yeah.
Damn.
So we go into 110,
I will
111.
say, I will say, I will say, I do think if you can turn, what was this, the 109 this year into like a late first next year, that's a heck of a profit.
I agree because next year there will actually be a whole first round of players. Do you think here's just a sidebar? Do you think Darren will ever end up with 2 starting quarterbacks this year? Because he has Brissett right now, but that's kind of a holdout
Yeah.
situation.
At some point during the year, I think you will.
So like, what does
Will
Darren
it be?
do?
Will he have two? Will he have two long-term starters? That's a different question.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I think I believe in him. I believe that Darren will have 2 starting quarterbacks by
Week 6.
at some point during the first month of the season.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think so too. He's got to figure it out though. The problem is he wants 2 starting quarterbacks, but he also wants them for free right now. So we'll see what he gets to.
I mean, I want everything for free too.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, 110, 111. We got Kenyon Sadiq, Eli Stowers. Yeah, I guess I'll give my thoughts first. I was never a Sadiq guy. He's a freak athlete, but I'm kind of getting like Eric Ebron vibes a little bit, where the production from college for Sadiq wasn't that crazy, but he's like a combine warrior and he's freaky athletic and he would look good on the front cover of a magazine or whatever. But like I don't know if I don't know if Sadiq is gonna be like your fantasy. Like I don't know if he'll put up like Harold Fannin numbers. I highly doubt it.
I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, Fannon's a stud, but and he also plays for the freaking Jets. Like I remember, I was kind of like low key praying that him and Omar Cooper would go to teams that I don't care about, and they did because I didn't like them as prospects. So I was kind of like, let's put the bad prospects on the bad teams and the good prospects on the good teams because this year we like really need it, and that actually happened. So yeah, I'm happy that he ended up on the Jets because I didn't want like if Sadiq ended up on like the Chiefs, we'd have to be having like different conversations right now or something, you know.
Oh man, Sadiq on the Chiefs. That actually might be.
That'd be kind of
Scary.
nutty. I know. Like imagine the little flip pass thing in the middle of the and like by the goal line with Sadiq instead of whoever else.
Oh,
Yeah, it'd be nasty. Um,
yeah.
and then you got Stowers to the Eagles. I'll let you talk about these tight ends quick too.
Stowers doesn't really block that well,
Right.
which worries me. Sadiq, I want to believe. I want to believe in Sadiq. But like the evidence is there. He's bad, and I just do not. I do not see it.
Yeah.
We are not. I. I'm choosing to believe in Sadiq against my better judgment. I'll just put it that way.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Kyle got both of them, and his starting tight end is Travis Kelce right now, so he needs one of these guys to hit. So next year he has a tight end because Kelsey's probably only going to run it back one more time.
I don't know. I thought that 2 years ago that he was only going to run it back one more time.
That's fair. I mean, he's still productive. I know no one wants to give him his flowers right now, but he's still putting up good seasons. Yeah,
I feel like he's getting flowers from the rest of the world. He doesn't need them from us.
he gets flowers from Taylor Swift, so he's fine. He's got enough flowers.
I still think he should change the name on his jersey to Kelsey Swift, just to
Oh my gosh,
for the
imagine how much
sales,
that would sell.
just
Oh
for the
my
sales.
gosh. Taylor Swift jerseys would sell like crazy. Yeah, I guess I think Eli Stowers will probably be decent in the NFL. I don't know for fantasy for year one or even. I mean Goddard's still there, right? So
Yeah, well, this is probably going to be Goddard's last season with the team.
yeah. So you
But
might
I said that last year.
get some Eli Stowers hype in 2027, but for right now he's probably just a stash. Sadiq,
I mean, Stowers sort of has the Dalton Kincaid problem,
Mm-hmm.
where because he can't block, like when he gets on the field, it sort of gives away that it's going to be a pass.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how are we going to put this guy in the field? Like, and still like be flexible with our presentation.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of the analytics guys love him.
I'm a bit more Stowers. I'm definitely more excited about Lemon than I am about. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I can. It's easier for me to see Stowers failing than it is for me to see Lemon failing.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. So we got Antonio Williams 112. This is I think this is where like the second round drops into like the third round in my head. I feel like the second.
No, I think Antonio Williams a second in most draft classes.
Okay.
Like a back end second. But
Yeah. So we're getting close to the third round right now, but it's the 112.
Like I feel like if he goes like 206, I'd be like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give him mid second. That's fine. Yeah, but Antonio Williams 112. Do you have any strong feelings about him?
I mean, he could succeed. He could not. I do like the. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is a beast, and obviously, like Harry's he's not gonna have to be the guy right away. He can be the second guy and build up. So it's a very good situation.
The landing spot is pretty good. Yeah, I do like that.
And like it's not like we haven't seen third round wide receivers just explode.
Right.
Like one of the things I heard Ben Solak say a couple years ago, and I've never been able to get out of my head, is that there's never going to be a bad wide receiver draft class ever again because it's just too important in college now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so like all these teams have like wide receivers on wide receivers on wide receivers.
Right.
And like some of them are going to come out every year.
Yeah. What pick did Antonio Williams go at? Was he early second?
He was third. He was the
third. Okay.
He was a third rounder.
Yeah. No, I think I like the landing spot. I get why LaMarvelous would have taken him. So we'll see. It's really I hesitate calling anything like a reach in this class because like every single player feels like a reach. So in my head I'm like, oh, 112 for Antonio Williams is such a reach.
I kind of
like,
think.
but who else are you gonna take? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like in a lot of ways, I feel like the only reach was Conception, and the only real steal was Tyson.
Yeah, which if you flip them,
and if you flip them, it's normal.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so we can kind of start flying more quickly here as we've already been on here almost an hour. So Katron Allen 201, Nick Singleton 202 to Jay Neihart. I think Jason traded the 109 to get these 2 picks from Darren. So he basically traded Ty Simpson straight up for Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get why he did that. He is not gonna do anything with Ty Simpson probably, and he stashes 2 of the more interesting running backs. They ironically are both from Penn State on the same team. I'm very interested. I can see both these guys playing this year.
Yeah, I liked all 3 of these picks from Jason.
Yeah,
I know he's very big on. I know he's very, very high on Carson Beck,
and
it sort of looks like Carson Beck got a chance to start. So.
It would be. That was the one thing I didn't understand about, and Darren and I go back. I literally texted Darren a blueprint. I'm like, buddy, trying to help you. This is how you get out of this, right? And one of my tips. This is. I'll tell you. I don't know exactly what to do. I was like, you trade something, a pick, a player, whatever, and go get Jacoby Brissett. You trade a pick or a player and trade with me to get Rodgers. Then you draft Carson Beck in the second round, and you draft Drew Aller in the second round. And then you have essentially the Cardinals QB room and the Steelers QB room. And then you should have quarterbacks for a while in case Carson Beck ends up starting and in case Drew Aller ends up starting. He already had Will Howard, I think. Not that any of those guys are particularly amazing, right? I do think Beck has the most upside. Like I could really see him. Like he played very well for big college teams for a long time. I know he's old. I know he's kind of boring. But it wouldn't surprise me for him to have a little bit of success in the NFL too. So, yeah.
I think he can. I don't know. At the NFL level, he sort of seems like the spare tire. He's gonna get you to the. He's gonna get you to the garage until you can get an actual tire.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe that he's gonna be amazing or anything. But I do think he's probably the most NFL ready capable guy in this.
I mean, I'd hope so.
Outside of Mendoza.
Everyone else in his grade has been in the NFL for 4 years now.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. He's giving Tyler Shuck vibes, you know. He's super...
That's fair. Now that you make the Shuck connection.
Yeah, that's what I
can see it. I can see the vision now.
Yeah.
I can see the vision now.
All right. You're getting Shuck. Sorry. I just came back in my head.
Anyway, I really like these 3 picks from Neihart.
Yeah. These are very Jason picks in my head. You know, he found a way to get some interesting, flavorful guys in the top of the second round of this draft. So, good for you.
He basically took the last ones.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you got Denzel Boston next. I actually think this was, in my head, the biggest steals of the second round were Denzel Boston and Carson Beck. These were the guys. So Boston, I think went very early in the second, if I remember correctly, in the NFL draft. If it wasn't for Conception being there, which is a kind of a big bummer, I think both him and Conception are probably going to play a lot this year. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see the Browns try to move off of Judy and trade Judy or something to more of a contending team. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. I see the vision with Denzel Boston. I'm not particularly sold on him, but I get why they did that. So, yeah.
I know this feels like he's gonna be solid in real life and a wide receiver for fantasy.
He's gonna be on the all cardio team.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then, so Darren next pick took Kalen Black. This was a really big surprise in the NFL draft. Like he was Indiana's running back that had like a day 3 or undrafted grade, ends up going in the 3rd round of the Niners, and the Niners are all like, "Oh, we don't care about your board. We just trust our board," and all that crap, right?
I don't know. The Niners also have a very long history of
That's what I'm saying.
picking
They've
random.
missed on so many running backs, like the Tyrion Davis Price thing, the Trey Sermon thing.
Don't tell me about Trey Sermon, man.
There's just so many, and then like
I
Garendo
believe
ended up
Trey
being like
Sermon.
okay, but he was like a 7th round pick or whatever. So yeah,
I mean, the thing is, like, whenever one of these guys hits, it's gonna be awesome. But
yeah,
but I mean, swing for upside. Swing for upside. You do that.
yeah,
Dribbling, I'm not gonna defend though.
yeah. The Stribling thing was bizarre, wild, crazy. I don't see it, but when the Niners spend that much draft capital on somebody, you kind of pay attention. Could you imagine how good the Niners would be if their GM knew how to draft, like with Shanahan's offense? Because like they're already really good all the time. And
I always wonder, like, if they hadn't spent those 3 first-round picks on Trey Lance,
dude, that's so
what would have
true.
happened? What would have
Because
happened?
they've been so good even with doing that. That's crazy. I never even that really. Yeah, you really illuminated something in my brain because they've always been great anyway, despite like throwing half their draft capital away in the trash. That's wild to think about. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, because I mean they hit on Brock Purdy, which was like the biggest possible hit that you could make, being he was 7th round, right? Yeah,
He was the last pick.
Oh, that's right. He was literally the last pick. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, Stribling, whatever. I mean, he might be good in the weird ways that they see Shanahan using him, but I don't know. Their GM is horrible. I think John Lynch needs to go. So,
I am intrigued by this next guy.
yeah, Ted Hurst. Yeah, what's your Ted Hurst vibe?
Apparently he's going to start in the X. Like
Yeah,
they're putting him in.
he had some decent.
They're putting
numbers.
him in the. They're putting him in the Mike Evans role, which doesn't mean Mike Evans production. It just means he's going to be running the same routes as Mike Evans.
He's big.
But,
he's a big dude. I liked him too.
Like if they think he's going to be a starter, and the Bucks can sort of put it back together, like that's a high flying offense.
Yeah, they also said they're going to throw Egbuka back in his original role from like the beginning of last year, before all their other players got hurt, because I guess he moved roles.
Yeah.
And that role he had in the beginning of the year, he was like cooking. So,
yeah, I am very very excited about Egbuka. I feel like we've gone over this territory in previous podcasts.
Yeah,
we've glazed Egbuka enough.
We're Egbuka Glazers. That's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's on our all glazed team with Puka and.
Yes, he is.
Who else? Who else is on our all glazed team?
Who else? I don't know. I'd have to think a little bit. Probably Harold Fannin. Harold Fannon's on our all glazed team.
I was skeptical of Fannin.
Oh really? I was a big Fannin Glazer. I remember spending like 20 minutes talking about how I wish I would have drafted him in the 3rd round, but I took some bum running back. And Jason nabbed him from us.
Anyway, moving on. Emmett Johnson. He's been getting a bunch of hype. Well, not a bunch of hype, but like people are sort of like, "Oh, is he going to be the backup?" And if you're the backup in Kansas City, like
there's always hype. Yeah. Yeah, they had that Brashard Smith guy
last year.
Yeah, got a bunch of hype too. We'll see.
I mean, it's one of those things where, on paper, the running back in Kansas City has the easiest job in the world because everyone's so terrified of Patrick Mahomes that defenses just leave the B gap wide open and say, "Run for 4 yards, please."
Right. That's so true. Yeah, well, Kenneth Walker's going to have a really nice life. Congrats to Kenneth Walker. I think Emmett Johnson's just kind of a handcuff, but He can catch, is what I understand about him. Again, I wasn't
Yeah.
super thrilled about him, but the fact that he lands in Kansas City is good. Jonah Coleman,
I tried to trade in for Jonah Coleman, but
this was
I forget what I offered.
this was the other.
But I was trying to get him.
This was the other one that I couldn't believe. Almost made it to the third round of this draft class because like there's definitely a world where like Dobbins blows out his knee and then Coleman is the one you want instead of Harvey. That could definitely happen this year. I could see it. So Jay Swan, that's pretty dang good pick, especially because he needs running back so bad that's just a really good stash.
Yeah, I like Jonah Coleman.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's on the same level as like Lover Price, but
No, but he was the guy that
nice little player.
Yeah. We need some nice little players in this draft class. I don't even want to like mention this guy's name out loud. So if you could read the next name.
Drew Aller, and I have so little faith in Penn State's development that like I can actually see him being like okay, now that he's actually getting coaching.
Did you see the report that apparently they're having him unlearn everything he learned at Penn State?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What the heck is that, bro? You take someone and you're like, hey, so everything you ever learned about playing quarterback, I just want you to like forget.
No,
because we're gonna teach you. That's crazy.
I mean, like I can see this working. I just feel like the path is so narrow.
It's just so funny. For those of you that don't know, we're
like I'm leaving the candle. I'm just saying like I am leaving a light on for Drew Aller. I don't expect him to show up.
He's very physically talented. Yes, he is. But yeah,
I will endorse him as a dart throw.
Yeah, I get it.
I'll endorse him as a dart throw.
I did tell Darren to draft him because he is a quarterback that could see the field. But oh my gosh, dude! Like, I was cracking up at all the Drew Aller stuff. I'm a Penn State fan, but avid hater of Drew Aller. I've just always thought he was bad. I just like he gives me like the feeling you get when you watch Zach Wilson or JJ McCarthy, and they just look like a deer in headlights. Like they look like terrified. They look like they're anxious and spazzing out. I just got that vibe from Drew Aller every single time he had the football, and I just like, oh my gosh, it was so frustrating. And he is extremely talented. Like he can throw the ball very far. He's fast. All that stuff, but.
Oh, like how animals can smell fear. Like you can just smell the fear on them.
Yeah, you could. You watch the game. Like I get anxious just like seeing him play football because I'm just like watching someone that is like terrified. Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. Drew Aller, yeah. LaMarvelous took Chris Brazzell. I mean,
I don't really have anything to say about Chris Brazzell. Like I just don't really think he's that interesting of a person.
Yeah, I mean.
I feel like we can sort of say that about the rest of this draft.
Pretty much, yeah. I do want to talk about the next guy too, but
okay, well then let's just ignore Chris Brazzell and go to the next guy.
Yeah, basically my Chris Brazzell thoughts are I don't really want the second or third target for the Panthers this year. I mean, whatever. Ted McMillan's gonna get like pretty much everything. You still have a bunch of guys like Leggett and Jalen Coker, who are just going to like soak up a few targets. I don't think Chris Brazzell is going to do much this year, but we'll see.
The other thing, Carolina has very explicitly said they want to be a running team.
Yeah. No, and
they're good at it.
And they can, yeah. I mean, Chuba's pretty good. I think Jonathan Brooks might actually get on the field this year, which could be interesting. We'll see. But yeah.
Like anyway. This team wants to like score 20 points a game and just like choke you to death. They don't want to score fantasy points. Yeah. They don't want to throw the ball.
Yeah, I think Tet could see like 160 targets this year, but I don't know if you're gonna want like 100 receptions for 1,100 yards. I mean, I think he'll be really good like half PPR and PPR, but I don't know. Bryce Young is never inspiring, so whatever.
Yeah. Anyway,
Chris Bell. The only reason this is interesting is I've been ranting about this on Discord and in our sleeper chat because I'm just like, there's just no way we go into the season with these guys, right? Like these are our only receivers. we got 3 rookies and Malik Washington and freaking Jalen Tolbert. Like we do not have a number 1 receiver or a number 2 receiver on our team right now. Like we're working with a bunch of number 3s and 4s. Like it's crazy. I can't believe we are an NFL team doing this right now.
We're gonna see 10 men in the box every play.
I like my guess is we're probably going to sign one of the guys that have been like waiting, like either Diggs or maybe Keenan Allen or maybe Tyreek or somebody. Mac Hollins. I don't know.
You think Tyreek might come back?
No, I get it. I give it very low odds, but
that's fair.
If he hears that he's going to get the biggest bag of money from Miami for like a 1-year like honeymoon tour with us, and he's going to be the like obvious number 1 receiver for us, then he might maybe.
I don't. It feels like the entire point of this was that you're sort of resetting, and I feel like bringing back Tyreek
that's what
flies in the
like
face
too.
of it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I think Chris Bell probably has the most upside of every one of our receivers right now. Like he's big, he's fast. He was gonna be a lot more highly touted until he got in trouble and stuff and got injured. So,
well,
he
luckily you can't get into trouble in Miami.
Yeah. So, like, I think of all the guys we have, he could be the one that I could see getting the most targets out of our receivers.
That's fair. That's fair. Like he's gonna get a chance immediately. Yeah. Which is more than a lot of these other guys can say.
Yeah.
It's like if he's good, you're gonna find out quick.
Yeah, I think one of our rookies is probably gonna make some noise, whether it's Douglas, who I think probably has the least chance, Chris Bell, and then we also got a guy, Kevin Coleman, later in the draft, who's interesting, who I picked up as an undrafted free agent. But basically, I think one of these guys will be important for fantasy, and I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but one of them probably will. So, yeah.
I mean, define important.
Well, I mean, like, he might catch 50 balls for 700 yards this year is what I'm saying. Maybe.
By important, do you mean like you can put him in your flex slot and not heat it?
Yes, correct. That's what I mean. Yes.
Okay.
As in like
okay,
he might have, he might have the second most targets on the Dolphins is what I mean.
One is obviously Achane, right?
Yes. Yeah, Achane. Yep.
Okay.
Or Greg Dulcich is it'll probably be Achane, Dulcich, and then one of our receivers is probably what it'll be. So, we will find out.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be, dude. It's so bad. It's so bad. Jacoby Lane goes to Jay Swan, and so he got 3 receivers in a row. We can talk about all of them quick. Lane, Zachariah Branch, Eliza Surratt. Do you have any positive feeling towards any of these guys?
Not really.
I don't know if you've seen. All right, I know we like to get high on camp highlights. Okay, like it gives me dopamine. Okay?
That's true. The
Zachariah Branch highlights are so fun to watch. He looks so freaking fast. Like I've never seen a guy in camp highlights look more like Tyreek Hill. You know how Tyreek kind of ran almost like horizontal to the ground? Like he was not only fast, but he was like very bendy and like he didn't run straight up at all. That's kind of how Zachariah Branch looks in camp highlights. So he's very fun. But I think he's probably just an athlete. I did not see particularly good route running or stats or anything, but yeah. He did go to Georgia.
Probably.
He played at Georgia, so.
I mean, there's probably worse things to use a 3rd-round pick on than just bet on trades.
Right.
Also, I sort of feel like these are the sort of guys who, in other years, would be like UDFA, would be like waiver pickups.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I was Zachariah Branch was one of the guys I was hoping the Dolphins would take. I was like literally screaming and peeing and moaning and crapping my pants, screaming at the TV, wanting someone to go to the Dolphins. Like I wanted Elijah Surratt, I wanted Zachariah Branch, I wanted Mekhi Lemon, I wanted all these guys, and we ended up getting like none of them. Chris Bell is like a little bit interesting, but he's the only one. So yeah. So congrats, Jay Swan. You got some guys that are. We'll see. These are obviously scratch off ticket guys, but we'll find out. Mike Washington, just a stash for Genty, pretty much.
I mean, there's worse things to use a 3rd-round pick on.
Yeah. If
he's probably the guaranteed handcuff now.
Yeah, he is really fast. He flew up the draft board a lot because of his combine stuff, and so we'll see. Sonny Styles, he looks like he could be a super stud linebacker, so that's kind of fun for Dove. Sonny Styles, he was at Ohio State, right? He's another Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Styles, the other, Arvell Reese was an Ohio State guy. Who was the third guy? There were 3 Ohio State guys that were, Downs. Normally I'd be like, what are you doing? There's so many great defensive players on waivers.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? In this draft, have fun. Live your best life. Whatever.
Go for it.
YOLO.
Go for it, brother.
Yeah, have fun. Caleb Douglas, this pick is just, I love you, Marvelous. There's no way this guy's good. I've looked at the stats. I've watched the tape. I was just instantly disappointed. He was the first receiver we took in this draft, and he was by far, I think, the worst one. We took him in the 3rd round, I want to say. It was pretty. I think it was day 2. Yeah, I have nothing to say. I'm not excited.
3rd 10.
It is just, it's whatever. So, yeah, I'm a Dolphins depressed fan right now. Skylar Bell goes to Lamar. Lamar, how many picks did he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 third-round picks. That's insane. Skylar Bell's a scratch-off ticket for the Bills. We'll see.
And I will say I'd rather have a scratch-off ticket on the Bills than one on the Dolphins.
yeah, that's true. If you switch the picks make sense. Just like in the first round. Yeah. Jay Swan gets Arvell Reese. That's fun. I mean, he's definitely best player available compared to who else you could have. Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a chance that, like, Reese and Styles become, like, you start these every day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, these are
defensive guys.
Blue chip guys. Yeah.
Can you say that really about Skylar Bell?
Caleb Douglas? No, not a chance.
Like, I get it.
Yeah. You got
also, there's great defensive players on waivers.
There are. You got Jeremy Bernard or Gurmy Bernard. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but Steelers receiver. I just don't know how he sees a lot of targets with Metcalf and Pittman and whoever else there. So maybe he could be the 3rd guy, I guess. He could be slot. I don't know. Although Pittman kind of plays like a big slot role a lot. So, yeah.
I mean, he's the second outside. He's the all cardio.
All cardio team, yeah. He could make the all cardio team with Van Jefferson, you know.
That's true. And then obviously Rodgers is legendary for not throwing at you unless he likes you.
Yeah, that's true. he could like him more than Metcalf because he does not seem to like Metcalf.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. This was I don't know how much you know about this, Mio, but Derek and I had some like pet tight ends we loved.
Really?
Lamarvelous knew about them, found out about them from Derek, and then took both of them at the end of this draft. So
that was actually hilarious because I liked Reardon a lot more than either of them.
Oh, really? So you had a pet tight end too? That's fun.
I did, and then I put $60. I put in a $60 bid for him and lost.
Oh, who'd he go to?
I think it was MQFN.
Yeah, I think I did see. Didn't someone put like their whole budget on Reardon? Wasn't that right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And like, I thought I had him locked with 60.
Yeah, I would have thought so. $60, that's a lot for a pet tight end, but yeah. So Derek's advanced analytics guy was Justin Jolly from the Broncos. He could see the field. They have Evan Ingram, but he's kind of washed now, and I think they have Adam Troutman still. So I don't know, but
I will say that historically, Sean Payton has been more willing to play rookies.
Yeah, that's true.
Than a lot of other coaches. So
yeah, I could see Jolly being something. You never know. These are scratch off ticket guys for a reason though. And then my guy is Tanner Koziel. If you go back, you should go up and just look at his stats one time. He had like 95 catches last year at tight end. And he's like 6'7", and 250 50 pounds or something, and he's like pretty fast. He can't block at all, but he's like a receiving tight end. So he had like a bunch of catches in college. So he's kind of like in my head, I was putting him as like the Fannin of this class, but like less numbers. Like he just was very, very productive in college. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. I just thought he could be interesting. So he became my pet tight end. But then Lamarvelous found out about our pet tight ends and took both of them just to spite us, just for fun. So congrats, Lamarvelous. You did it. My heart is in pieces.
And
yeah, feels bad.
So both of us got sniped on tight end.
Yeah, all of our pet tight ends got sniped. Yes, exactly. And then Malachi Fields is kind of, we'll see. He's going to be the second or third target second or third receiver for the Giants, right? Because Neighbors is out right now, but he'll be back. And then the Giants lost Wandale, right?
Yeah, because he went to Tennessee.
Yeah, so who else is even on the Giants right now? I don't even know.
They probably still have Darius Slayton, right?
Yeah, they got Darius Slayton still. So I don't know. We'll see. But scratch off ticket guy.
Oh, they got Isaiah Likely.
That's true. They did get Isaiah Likely. Yeah, I do expect them to be like a lot better this year. But we will see. They got Arvell Reese too. So yeah, I guess any more final thoughts on this draft?
I'm looking forward to next year's.
Yeah, bring on 2027, baby. Is there? I guess I can't really ask you this, but yeah, I have some guys that I am very much looking forward to. Here's my worst fear. Okay. So like I have Dove's pick next year, and I'm imagining, there's a possibility it could be a good pick, right? If I have a good pick, or even like the 101 next year, and I have to stare down whoever the Dolphins get as our franchise QB, like Arch Manning or Dante Moore or something, or Jeremiah Smith, I'm gonna be heartbroken, dude. I'm gonna be so heartbroken. I don't want to have to pick between my my love.
I'm sort of. I don't want to say snake bitten by what happened to Marvin Harrison Jr., but I'm a little bit like. There's doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Doubt in my mind. I know it's forbidden to say it. You're not allowed to say it.
Yeah, it feels like there has to be a year.
Everyone said Marvin Harrison was a can't miss, and we all saw what happened.
Mm-hmm. It feels like
this
has
gonna
to
happen
be
with Jeremiah Smith.
It feels like this has to be the year where Marv finally hits. Like, I don't know how many years did it take for JSN to like really. Was it 3 years?
2.
Or was it
I think
2?
it was 3 years, yeah. I think it was 3 years. The thing with JSN was that
whenever
he came in, he immediately... Like, he was stuck behind Lockett and DK.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lockett moved on, and he was behind DK. And then DK moved on, and he became the official one, and he exploded.
Okay, JSN
but, like,
hit
you get, like...
the back end of year 2. That's right. So...
But, like... There's like you can plausibly tell yourself a story as to why it took that long.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas Marvin Harrison, he got out-alphaed by Michael Wilson.
Yeah, it just feels like it should have happened. Like are we just gonna gaslight ourselves for like the next 5 years on like, oh, this is it, like it feels like we still treat him like he's gonna hit. You know what I mean? Like it feels like he hasn't like lost tons of value.
Yeah. I mean, how many years did we let Trevor Lawrence? Like, how many chances did we give Trevor Lawrence until he hit?
Yep.
But he did hit.
He did.
He hit last year.
Yeah. All the Ohio State guys have hit except Marv to this point, basically, right? For the most part, like the big name guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see who hits first between Marv and Carnell Tate. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or do either of them hit? We'll find out. I don't know. That'd be exciting. But yeah.
I do feel like this year is I feel like we're on the verge of a huge change, but I don't know where it's going to come from. If that makes sense. Do you get that sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels weird that like it feels like there was supposed to be a bit of a changing of the guard when it comes to like the top QBs right now. But then Stafford won an MVP as like an old man, and Rodgers is still here, and some of the old heads are still kicking. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Chiefs either. The Chiefs are really weird right now too.
And you'd never know it, but like Patrick Mahomes did tear his ACL. Like, that's a big injury.
That's true. That is true. Do you think Jackson Dart's gonna go nuts this year?
Oh, I've never been a Jackson Dart truther.
Really? Are you still?
I've always been very skeptical of him. Well, I mean,
he is an Ole Miss guy.
Here's the thing. well, I was gonna say, how many concussions can one man have?
Him and Scatterbo are gonna find out. He's gonna have CTE by the time he hits like 25.
Like, that's, I don't know how simple this is.
Yeah.
No.
Who are you taking 101 if you get it in redraft?
Probably. Either Bijan or Gibbs.
Yeah, that's a tough one this year. Oh, here's a good question. We can end it on this one. Is Kyler Murray going to come back in the good graces and be a stud for the Vikings?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No, I am.
You're Kylered out.
I think
his career makes.
I think nine will pull it together just enough to like give him false hope and then fall apart again.
Kyler's career is so bizarre, dude. Like, for someone to be that good for the first 3 years of their career and then the fall off was just crazy. But I know he got hurt and stuff, but man, it's just, I don't know. The other guy I'm worried about, and I don't think anyone's going with me on this trip, but I'm a little worried about Jaden Daniels.
Really?
Yeah, so like he has kind of like repeatedly gotten hurt, and he's always taking like the nastiest hits I've ever seen in my life. I feel like every week there was a clip of Jaden Daniels just getting absolutely laid out.
They were making those montages when he was at LSU.
Yeah, exactly. But like they're starting to like catch up to him a little bit. And last year, even when he was healthy, he wasn't as efficient. Like he had 1 3-touchdown game last year, throwing the ball, I should say. He had some rushing touchdowns too. But like I believe he's really good. It's just there was like he had 1 boom game last year when he was healthy, and he just keeps getting hurt. And I don't know. I get a little nervous with guys who don't learn how to not get hit, you know? So.
I mean, that's sort of, I get it, but in a lot of ways, I feel like that's just the typical Russian QB experience, you know?
Yeah, but like.
That's the trick.
Like, Josh Allen can take this hits.
Josh Allen's a Hall of Famer!
Jaden Daniels needs to like put some weight on or something. I don't know. He just looks like a basketball player and laid out.
That's true. I would feel a lot more comfortable if he was like 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can end it there.
We just need a hot take pod.
Yeah, we should just do like a hot take episode where we just talk about all our hottest takes. But all right, we'll end it there. That was our discussion on the Dynasty Draft, and yes, I look forward to 2027.
Good talk. Sorry I couldn't make it. Hopefully 2027 will have a lot more excitement and fireworks and trades.
Yeah, honestly, that was the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Next year, guys. Next year.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
See ya.